All right, guys, hello. We are getting started in all of the places. Oh, man. It's always odd, like, what this camera does, like, on auto settings. All of a sudden, I look darker and then I get whiter. Doesn't know what it wants to do. What shade does it want me at, apparently? There's my pop-up. That's what I want. Let me make sure that these are going. Doesn't make sense that I have to activate it twice. Very annoying. Activate. Thank you. Hello to No Name Paul, BMC, Morgan, another one, Cabin, Ryu, Joey. Hello, guys. Let's see who came in over on the other sides. Bishop, of course. Yes, always start off with no audio. Hold on. Ozda. I think I got that right. I can't remember after yesterday now. I feel bad. Tokyo, John, Working Bum, Eric. Hello, guys. What did we just notice and what's no big deal? I don't know what we just noticed. Hello, everybody over on the TikTok streets. We've got Chris, who was first, Moose, Lala, who was on time, she said. Is really funny. Y'all know the drill, as per usual. As per usual. Most part, just do the Walosi part. But see, so I know you typed it out as OH-SDA, and I know I said it right yesterday, and I'm overthinking it. You know, there's a point where I just know I'm overthinking it. And that's the part that gets me. It's like I know I'm overthinking it, and and what do you do when you know you're overthinking it? You know, it's so hard. People say like, yeah, I see, and that's why like I can remember how you typed it out too. But I'm talking about her. Huh? Think more. Has a word of the day on their YouTube. Okay. Word of the day on YouTube. Okay, I'll look into that. That sounds like fun. Supposedly, and I don't take claim or ownership of this because I don't know enough about any supposed heritage ties. My mom tells me we might come from that, but I don't necessarily believe her because I have nothing that ties it back. I was making a joke. If you are overthinking something, think more. I get it. That's funny, actually. I get it. I don't. I'm one of those people that I'm like, I get it. I don't. I swear I get it, guys. I swear I get it. No, I didn't mean to do that. That's funny. If you want to learn cherry, okay, that's cool. I like that. Okay, cool. We have headphones on. We are getting rolling and all that good jazz. Let's go, guys. There we go. It wants to load. So I'm thinking of something, guys. You know, I need LJ and Josh to come back like every single week, but I don't know how to. I know it was a total accident, Moose. Kind of funny, but it was a total accident. I don't know how to arrange that. And no, Michael, the number works when I turn it on, and I haven't turned it on yet. So. So the reason why I don't want to take take it over, is because I don't want to tokenize that nationality, that heritage, when I have no direct ties to any indigenous nation. That's me personally. You think so? Okay. They did that on purpose. Okay. Um, Walosi, you should join my Discord and then we should talk about that. I'd actually be very interested to chat with you about that then. All right. We'll go ahead and open up these phone lines. I gotta remind myself that I'm not doing the hotline today. Oh, you are? Okay. God, am I just totally just blind? Okay, let me see. Or is it... What's your username in there? No, no, it wasn't. It was Warren. Okay. It was Warren Bishop. Yeah. See, now the phone lines are open. I know how to find people. I know how to do this. Yes, I see you. Okay. I have seen you. Okay. Yes. Okay. My bad. Oh my God. I feel dumb. What are, like, guys, I'm still trying to learn Twitchy and figure out that. Because I don't know what any of these badges mean or anything like that. So, I'm still learning. Still learning a lot. And another one, I hope you heard me when I was explaining that. It's just... all of them, yeah. Twitchy, the purple app is weird. The purple app is very weird, very strange indeed. No, I was saying that my mom has told me that, like, we might have Cherokee in us, but I have no proof of it. So I don't say anything until I know. I'm very much like, thank you, Moose, for the whale diving. I always love that gift. It's actually a really nice sound in my headphones. It's a really nice sound. But I don't. So I know you guys realize this. I don't like claiming anything until I know if there's like a fact or anything that's proven. Um, for the most part. So when I say that, like, it's not something I want to say. Oh, that's so cute. What is that? That was cute. Yeah, definitely they face forced assimilation. That's true. But I just don't want to claim it without knowing for sure. That was a new one. Dance with me. Aw, that was cute. What was Yeah, you're right. Was that a beaver? It could have been a beaver. Oh, it's not that I wouldn't feel like not enough. Just again, it's something I want. I don't know. I like knowing for sure. So, for example, I know for sure that I'm a quarter Czechoslovakian because my great grandma, who immigrated here as a child, was full Czech. So, that's the only thing I know for sure. Kind of looked like a beaver. So and that's the only thing that I claim because I'm like I just do that. Moose, oh your dog feisty. Someone was complaining about the number not being on, so I turned it on and then they don't show up. Okay, that's cool. That's all right. I wanted to show you guys something kind of funny. I saw it today and I definitely laughed. Let's see. Let me try to get it up on the screen. I forgot. I put it in the Discord. Hold on. All right, we're getting there. There you are. Now I see your comment too. I just did a search for it, so. Oh, nope, nope, hold on. Nope, you gotta pause it. Gotta start it over as well, and okay. I always forget that I don't have sound on, so let's turn this on. You guys shouldn't, oh, well. Thank you for calling the stream, are you there?
Yeah, hi, what's going on?
Oh, it's just a Wednesday. How are you today?
I'm good. What about you?
Doing well. Are you still supporting Trump?
Oh no, I don't support Trump.
Okay.
Um,
Well, thanks,
but
man.
I wanted to bring up this issue, right?
I'm okay. I want to show you guys this real quick. Normally, I don't show anything like, but this was pretty funny. Can I make it any bigger? No, it just makes it look weirder. Okay, that's not okay. There we go.
Welcome in. Would you mind telling us your pronouns? Tell us your pronouns.
We love diversity, equity, and inclusion. Ooh, gender-affirming healthcare.
Enjoy drag brunch. The queens are waiting.
Beware of the vaccine hallway. You could get autism.
Zoran Mamdani is the mayor of New York now. Praise him. Don't be shy. We're just accepting trans people for who they are. Trans rights are human rights.
All ICE detention centers are now abortion clinics. Follow the sign if you dare. No.
Step right up for your free abortion. Dr. Kamala will see you now.
Oh, they're taxing the 1%.
Happy Pride Month.
Enjoy the wedding. The grooms are dying to see you.
Stop it. There are no more guns, but we do have coexist stickers. It's time to dye your hair blue.
Let me out of here.
Let me out of here.
I'm sorry, that was too funny when I was showing that today. And thank you, Queen, for
I'm going live right now.
no.
And join me, okay? It is going to be.
TikTok, don't do that to me. Okay, sorry. I missed the call during that, my bad. God, that video cracked me up. It cracked me up. But thank you, Queen, for becoming a member over on the tubes. If you guys are on the tubes, be sure to shoot her a follow. I don't know if she will be utilizing the tubes soon to go live, but she just might. I did. Did you see the old picture of me? Wait, that's my profile picture. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi. Hi, how old
Hi.
are you?
I am 40.
You're 40. Awesome. And are you still supporting Trump?
Damn right.
All right. Okay. So why are you still supporting Trump? What's like your main reason why?
Because the reason why is because Democrats don't understand family values.
Okay.
And it's been very hard for me to trust a Democrat ever since the incident. Hello?
I'm still here, just waiting for you to
Yes.
get to a political point.
Yes, you see, the Democrats don't understand family values. My you know, the incident. I pooped myself at Kroger's.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. I'm just saying, like, that sounds accurate. You right, Keegan. I am so AI. Would it help you if there were animals moving in the background? Listen. Would an AI go and pick up a cat? I'm just curious, okay? Bailey, come here. No, you don't want to? That's okay. We have a dog. Hi, the puppers. There are the puppers. Come here, Summer. Come here. Come here. Come on. Jump. For the one time I'm giving you permission to jump up. Come on. No? Okay, fine. Don't. I don't want you. Hold on. Over here. There you guys. See, there's a Georgia puppers. I got upset about it. No, it was just a question. I just wanted to know how I was AI. I've come with animals. Man, this is a whole AI scene. It's just one letter more than... Actually, that's kind of funny. New conspiracy theory unlocked. New conspiracy theory unlocked, guys. Is it just a coincidence? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Y'all, we're here for all of this silliness today. That's okay. Oh, Joseph, that makes sense. You thought that the last caller was AI. It could have been. I have somebody that calls in that literally sounds like he's AI every day, and it's quite annoying, that's for sure. But yeah, we can go over some more stuff in the news. I didn't really get a chance yesterday to talk about Donald Trump flip-flopping on Ukraine. You guys miss out so much on the blue and the red apps when you're not in TikTok. I love the kitty gifs. Oh my gosh, I love the kitty gifs. Thank you so much, Dawn. Oh, are you the person that calls in and goes hello? Yeah, it's the guy that goes hello. I'm 99% sure that's AI. Also, I realized that my microphone wasn't in the right spot. You know, Walosi, that is something that the president of Colombia said in his UN speech. Not necessarily that he should be in The Hague, but definitely said that he needed to be tried for the stuff that he said. Or the stuff that he's done about the Venezuelan boats. Oh, no, don't, Moose, don't. I would never encourage that. Oh, yeah, TikTok's weird. I admit that, guys. TikTok is definitely a weird one. Yeah, there's a cat. She's just laying in the background. She lays on the other side of the bed. It's just what she does. Oh yeah, Eddie, I'm so angry. I'm so angry, guys. It's just so angry. It's just so wrong. I am so angry, yet I was just smiling and laughing. But I'm so angry, guys. I just want you guys to know. That could be it, Danny. I haven't seen anything more about that. Oh, but sorry, I was talking about... Darn, my brain. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Oh, okay. No, Bo, I can't say that because that would be a lie. How haven't you seen me in a while? I'm on 6 days a week. Exennial, don't tell me that, because now I'll do that for funsies. Now I just do that. I'll do that for funsies. It's actually just a thing that we do. But yeah, let's see. Donald Trump went from being like, Ukraine's going to have to give up land, and he'd been saying that for his 8 months of being in office, right? And then he changed all of a sudden yesterday to saying, I think Ukraine can get all their land back. Yeah, that's totally possible. It might be that, Spank. That's cool. And I'm like, that's cool. I appreciate that. Gets it done day one. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Oh, hey, what's up?
Going well. How old are you?
I'm 35, but I just want a quick question so I can find you again in case anything happens. What's your YouTube handle?
It's right there on the screen, man. Mermaid RE0.
No, I'm not watching you from a screen. I'm calling you from my phone.
So it's Mermaid RE0.
Mermaid what?
Mermaid RE0.
R as in the letter R? E0? All right. I just have a quick question.
What's up?
Are you there?
What's your question?
So my question is, you're against like gun rights, right? Like you want regulation?
Nope, never. I mean, no, that's not being against gun rights. Wanting regulation is not being against gun rights.
Well, I mean, in a way it is, but that's the question I want to ask you: is what is the perfect gun law?
There isn't one.
What is the okay? Well, that's what I'm asking you. What then? Okay, if there isn't one, then why do you want them at all?
Why? Because, there are a bunch of other countries that also have guns, but they don't suffer from the same amount of gun deaths that we do. But it's also because they're heavily regulated in how they can obtain them. So, for example, the Czech Republic, in order for you to obtain a gun there, you have to pass a mental evaluation once every 5 years prior to you even being able to obtain a license to own a gun.
Yeah. Have you also noticed the same countries also suffer from higher stab rates and rape?
No, they don't.
No, they actually do, sweetheart.
Oh, really? Show me the stat.
Yeah, they do.
Show me the stat for the Czech Republic.
Oh, how about the stat that they hid from Sweden, that they found out that 90%?
I didn't say anything about Sweden, did I? What country did I name?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
No, I gave you an example of a law that I agreed with, but I understand that you don't know anything. No, you asked me for an example, or you asked me what kind of law I agreed with, and I gave you a very specific example. I gave you an extremely specific example from one country, and you're like, but Sweden! When you said that this is true, and I said, okay, show me a stat from the Czech Republic, and you didn't do it. So sounds like that's a you problem, not a me problem.
No, it sounds like you don't want to actually fucking talk about it.
No, because I don't know why you called the stream and you called this number. If you can see on the top of it, it says, I don't support Trump. Why do you? And you immediately go to Donald Trump before even getting to anything, which, by the way, Donald Trump hasn't done anything for your gun rights. So that's that's a dumb reason to even bring up when I'm asking why do you support Trump when he hasn't done anything in his 8 months of being the sitting president of the United States of America in the year 2025 to support your gun rights. So
again, I asked you what is the supreme gun law that's not going to infringe the gun rights of law-abiding citizens?
I just gave you an idea.
Breaking the law.
I just gave you an idea. I'm so glad you can't follow a train of logic, or you apparently can't read either.
No, you didn't give me anything. What is the law that you're going to pass?
I just gave it to you.
Sweetheart, what is the law that you're going to pass that's not going to infringe on the rights of law-abiding citizens?
Are your ears open?
It's going to stop criminals.
Got it. Your ears aren't open. I get it.
No, you're fucking retarded. I get it.
Oh, you can't say that word on TikTok. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello? Okay, bye. Hi. Oh, you are there. How old are you?
38.
I'm sorry, you're how old?
38.
Awesome. And are you still supporting Trump?
I do.
Oh, okay. I'm going to read this real quick. Bishop, you're 100% correct. That guy couldn't quote Bruin and Heller, and he wouldn't be able to come up with any regulatory laws. I'm not saying that the one that I suggested necessarily would, but it was just a concept since he asked for one. Anyways, so caller, what is your main reason for still supporting Trump in his 8 months of presidency?
Well, I'd like to say that I wish they would have done a little bit more than I'm seeing already, but I do like that he's taking care of the border, immigration. I think he's done pretty well with that, unless the facts that they've given are incorrect. But I mean, having zero people crossing the border,
Where can I find that
you know,
statistic on a government website that's not a press release?
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that the border's been taken care of.
It's not.
know
I just would like to be able to find a statistic that shows me actual crossings into the United States at any point in time throughout our history, and I would like to be able to find that on a government website and not from a press release. Can you direct me for where I can find that?
So what's wrong with the press release? What's wrong with the president saying that
A
there's
press,
zero crossing?
it's sorry, the president isn't in control of the border. The president isn't at the border. A press release is just him saying whatever he wants. Like he can make a press release declaring that the sky is no longer blue and that it is now purple, right? And that would be a press release. A press release proves nothing. Similarly enough to his press release on Monday, that proved absolutely nothing. So the press relief doesn't prove anything. I would like to see the statistics and data on like I don't know, Department of Homeland Security, ICE.gov, CBP.gov. Can I find on any of those 3 websites the number of crossings that have happened in any given year, including this year?
Yes.
I can?
Yes, I think the U.S.
Which one?
Border Customs, U.S. Customs and
CBP?
Border Protection website has
CBP.gov, and we're gonna do the southwest. I'm assuming you're talking about the southern border, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go ahead and pull
about-
this up. So it's the southwest.
I can give you a
No, it's
there's
okay. I
other
got
sources
this.
too, like the
No, I like
Pew
primary
Research
sources.
.org.
I like so again, you're not going to find anything that says crossings because I've actually done this. This is like your only. This is sorry, your the individuals that still support Donald Trump. This is the only topic you guys know how to talk about. So unfortunately, I know
can
this
talk
like the
about other
back
stuff,
of my
though.
hand. All right. So can you tell me what the difference is between an encounter and a crossing?
Well, before we get into that, I
Can
just
you
want to
tell me
say
what the
one thing
difference
about
is between an encounter and a crossing?
Well, if you look at the 2 administrations, Biden
What is the
and
difference
Trump,
between
which
an
one
encounter and a
prefers?
crossing?
We don't have to talk about that if
What
we
is the
don't.
difference
If I
between an encounter and a crossing?
I don't know. Enlighten me.
Awesome. So the difference is that DHS, CBP, and ICE actually keep track of encounters. They don't keep track of crossings. There's literally no website that's a .gov outside of a press release that's going to tell me how many crossings have come through the
I'm
southern
looking at
border
an
or the
article.
northern border. What you're going to
I'm
find
looking
is
at
an
an article right
encounter.
now
And
from
if
the
I'm not talking, sir,
pewresearch.org.
I know you're not understanding this. Pew Research Center is not a primary source. Primary source, and I gave you very explicit directions here. I said DHS, ICE, or CBP.
CBP.gov. I'm
DHS,
looking at the
CBP,
article
or
right
ICE.
now.
DHS, CBP, or ICE. Is that what PewResearchCenter.org is? Can you
Yes,
remind me
I've
if
got
we're
another
talking about
article
the
for you. Why do you
PewResearchCenter.org?
want to
If
Why
it's
do you want to shout at me? I'm just trying
PewResearchCenter.org,
to tell
is
you.
that
I'm looking at an article right
CBP.gov,
now from
ICE.gov,
CBP.gov.
or DHS.gov? Is it any one of those 3? I'm sorry. Is
Yes, I'm looking at
PewResearchCenter.org
it.
the equivalent? I'm sorry. So you're telling me that the PewResearchCenter.org
No,
is
not
the
Pew. That was a different
equivalent
article. I'm
of
looking at
ICE, DHS, CBP.gov?
www.cbp.
So what you're telling me is that it's not the same. It's not the same. Yeah. No, it's not. Again, what is the government website end with? Does the government website end with .org or does it end with
.gov.
.gov? Oh, so when you're on the
So
pewresearchcenter.org, it's
no,
not a
not on
.gov
Pew.
website.
That was 5 minutes ago. That was 5 minutes ago. The Pew was five. This is release date 9/19/2025. CBP.gov. U.S.
Uh-huh.
Customs and Border Protection released operational statistics today for August 2025
So
under President Trump's border
September
security.
2025 operational statistics.
September 19th, 2025, Trump administration delivers
No,
fourth
I'm
straight month
asking
of
you,
release.
like, is that what I'm typing in here? So let's
This
see.
is just a small topic. Immigration is a small
Oh,
topic.
wait,
It's not the
what's the thing
total.
that it says up there at the top?
I'm not
National
trying to.
media release? Oh my God, it says national media release. What did I ask you before? Did I ask you for no press release? Wow.
You're very good at this. I do give you that. I
Yeah,
want to say that
because
real quick.
this is
But
why I'm so good at this. Because an encounter is not a crossing. Do
okay.
you want to know what
What
an
about
encounter
judicial
is?
appointments?
Do you know what an encounter is? Would you like me to
I'm not as
explain
smart
to
as
you
you.
what
But
an
what?
encounter is?
Yes,
So,
explain.
according to the
Explain.
Department of Homeland Security, right? Because they provide definitions for everything about encounters, right? What it is, what it means, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They define all of the words that they use. Okay. So, an encounter are people that are found while either attempting to cross the border through a non-port of entry or come through a port of entry and are stopped and rejected by CBP. It literally says it on their website. So let's do dhs.gov encounter definition.
What about intent? What about the intent of the two administrations? Doesn't
I
that
didn't
have
want the
any weight?
statistics. There we go. Glossary. I love this one. Okay, let's put this back up on the board. Encounters, the sum of U.S. Border Patrol Title 8 apprehensions, Office of Field Operations. Oh no, I zoomed in and it scrolled away. Office of Field Operations Title 8 inadmissibles and aliens processed for expulsion under Title 42 authority by USBP or OFO. Isn't that so interesting? So that means that people that are encountered at the southern border and tally up encounters that, they're rejected. They're not actually allowed in. So can you explain to me again where I can find crossings on any government website that's not a press release?
I think it's just pretty obvious that the crossings are down.
It's
I don't know
just
where it
pretty
is, though. I
obvious. Where
can't
can I
dig
find
deep.
that? Where can I just like find this pretty obvious
I
thing?
mean, just the fact that Biden said let's surge the border when he gets elected, and then Trump
He
says the
didn't.
opposite. That's enough for me. Biden didn't say let's surge the border. He didn't tell the world to surge the border when he got elected. I remember him saying that. I remember.
No, where can I find that? You said when he
Okay,
was
I have to look it
elected?
up.
When he was elected or inaugurated? So is it going to be sometime between November and January 19th, or is it going to be like in the first 11 days of his presidency?
Can you keep talking about that, and I'll try to find that source?
No, I'm asking you, when did he say it?
Okay, I gotta find it now. You gotta wait for me, and I gotta look for it.
I don't have to do anything I
He
choose not
said,
to
let's
do.
surge the border. He said that specific comment made during a 2019 Democratic presidential
I'm going to really
primary.
hurt somebody's feelings right
Let's
now.
surge the border.
Oh, yeah? Where can I find it? Can you play it for me? Do you have like the full speech?
I wouldn't be able to play it while talking on the phone because I'm using my
Oh,
phone.
you're not able
During the
to?
debate in 2000, September 12th. This is an
Thank you,
interesting
Seth.
conversation.
Thank
I
you,
like
social.
when we disagree. How about
No, I
economics?
see what
Or do
I
you want
really
to talk
love is
judicial
when an
appointments?
individual such as yourself can't bring like say anything about the points that I brought up.
I think
So what you do is you try to pivot to something else and you always go, "What about Biden?" Like that's all you
No,
guys know how
I
to
thought it was
do
just
is
too
to
obvious
go,
to go
"What about
deeper on. I don't.
Biden?" It's so obvious to go here. No, I would like you to address anything that I've just said, the difference between border encounters and crossings. Do you have that yet?
I'll give you that. I'll give you that point. You win. You win that
Okay.
point
And
for
I'm not
sure.
going to be able to find a
How about
crossing anywhere, right? Anywhere on a
I
.gov website, I'm not going to be able to see where CBP keeps track of crossings at the southern or northern border.
I'd have to take some time to look at that, but I'll
You'd
give you
have to
that one
take
as
some
well.
time.
Yeah, you
Mm,
got a good point on that one. But
yeah.
during Biden's debate, didn't he say in September 12th, while discussing immigration, Biden said, "I would also, on day one, make sure that we immediately surge the border to all those people seeking asylum. They deserve to be heard. That's who we are. We are a nation that says if you want to flee or fleeing oppression, you can
Yeah.
come." So,
Because
I
it's
mean, that's a
actually,
little
I don't know,
different.
do you realize that it's actually part of our law, with our asylum law, that we have to give anyone that claims asylum a credible fear hearing? So he was being factually correct. See, the way you originally phrased it is that you said that he told everyone to just come surge the border, when he said that we, as in like the American government, was going to surge the border and hear asylum claims, which again is actually a law, 8 US Code 1158. Very interesting. Do you see
That's
how,
a good
like,
point.
even
But
when
what
you
about
read
the?
this quote that I'm not even sure is true or not, you say it incorrectly when you first were like, I remember him saying this, and you see how you didn't remember it correctly?
Yeah, well, that's a good point. You brought up some good background information on that quote. I didn't realize that.
No, you literally read the quote. I'm just giving the words back to you on what you said because you
No,
weren't
but you said
even
that it's a
paying
law that he was
attention to.
quoting, and I didn't know that.
It is
So that's
literally a
good.
law. Yeah, 8 US Code
That's a good
1158.
point.
Yeah.
Well, I like his judicial appointments. I happen to agree with some of those appointments for the courts. I think
Uh-huh.
more conservative justices that kind of can focus on the Constitution as written and not interpret it freely is good. So I like
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry. Wait, are you trying to tell me that Donald Trump is following the Constitution as written and not? Oh, and I'm sorry. And you said who is interpreting it exactly?
I
Wildly?
think that there's two different types of justices, right? The one that kind of looks at the Constitution as it's written and how the founders initially thought that it would be interpreted, and then there's the other type that just kind of like interprets the Constitution like as an old document, not really relevant, and I'll just kind of, you know what I mean?
Hmm. Okay, so Donald Trump is actively working to violate, and we've already know this, that violate the first, second, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 10th, 14th, and 16th Amendments of the United States Constitution. And can you remind me again how many parts of the Constitution there are? How many parts make up the Constitution?
The Constitution has, which part of it? What are you talking about?
How many parts make up the Constitution?
Parts, like
How
you
many
mean like
parts?
sections, like section
Yeah, we
one,
can
like
say
section
sections. Yeah,
two.
we can say sections. Sure. Whichever word you need to know to get it
Well,
right.
I know there's articles. There's like 7 articles.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
I don't know
That
how
that's
many.
one part of the Constitution. There are
There's,
three main
I mean,
parts.
they
Yeah.
talk about the 3 branches: legislative, executive,
Those
judicial. I
are
think
laid
there's
out in the
amendments in
articles.
there.
That's Article 1, 2, and
Are
3.
you talking about the Bill of Rights?
That's a part of one part. That's a part of one section.
Okay.
You're
Tell
still
me what you
not
mean.
getting it right.
Tell me. You tell me. You fill me in.
Oh gosh, there are three parts that make up the United States Constitution: the preamble,
Yeah.
the articles, and then your amendments.
Okay. Explain those to me.
Explain them. So the preamble is basically just the statement of what they want the Constitution to be, right? The articles
Okay.
designate the first three articles designate the powers of the three branches of government. Article 1 covering the legislative branch, aka Congress. Article 2 covering the executive branch, aka the office of the president. Article 3 covering the judicial branch, aka SCOTUS, right? The Supreme Court, the court system. All
Yes.
right.
Yes. Yes.
And thank you. Sorry, my friend Bishop likes to say this. Wants to let you know he is a constitutional conservative. Donald Trump is not respecting the Constitution. Has not respected the Constitution a day in his life, and he's a clown. Again, like if
Well,
I
I'm a
can tell
clown. Why
you,
do you say
like, yeah,
that?
Donald Trump
Nothing
is a
wrong
clown.
with
I'm sorry.
that.
Can
Why
you
do you
let's try
clown
this.
something?
I know this one might be a little bit difficult. So you do know that there are 7 articles in the United States Constitution. That's fantastic. I'm glad you know that much. How many amendments do we have?
20.
In correct?
Less or more than that? I'm not sure. Am I close? Tell me I'm close.
Mm,
I don't really know. If you're waiting for me to give, I thought it
okay.
was 20.
So why would you bring up the Constitution if you don't even know how many parts there are, how the differences between the preamble, articles, and amendments, or how many amendments of the United States Constitution they are? Why would you bring up the Constitution as your arguing point, saying that I believe Donald Trump or the Conservative Party is going to be more to the letter of the amendments in the Constitution and not just interpreting it on their own?
I like the founders of the country, the Constitution of the country. I like them. I like what they did. I like what they stood for. I like the ideas that they came up with. And I wish, because some of the big ideas that they came up with, I can kind of grasp, small government, government away from the people. People have the right to privacy. They have the right
Government
to
away
property.
from the
They have a
people?
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm not speaking right. I'm after dinner here. My wife and I went out to dinner. I had a couple drinks, but I'm still talking and able to articulate this argument the best of my ability. Um, so the Constitution, government, small government. I like those ideas, and that's why I think that they should follow the Constitution as best as they can. Now, I do see justices kind of like making things up, without
Justices?
really Supreme Courts.
Making
Supreme
things up
Court
without really what?
without really following the Constitution
Oh,
as, you know.
you mean like in granting the President of the United States immunity?
So I do think that the president's powers are being infringed upon in recent years. I mean, look what the heck is happening. He can't even pick people to be on, parts of the executive branch. Like they're getting fired. He wants to fire people, and they're like, no, you don't have the power to do that. It's like, what? These
Because
are
he doesn't. Again, Article 1 of the United States Constitution lays out what the job of this legislative branch of government is, and that's Congress. He literally
Yeah.
doesn't. Congress has the power to do that. Article 2 of the United States Constitution lays out the powers of the executive branch of government. Tell me where in Article 2 does it say that they have the at will to hire, fire, appoint, etc. any person at that they so choose at any part of the federal branch of government. Can you also, while
If
you're
you
doing
read
that, remind me if we have one singular head of branch of government or if we are supposed to have 3 equal parts?
3 equal parts, I do
Awesome.
agree with you.
So then why are
Yeah.
we ignoring the fact that there are congressional like duties that are already in place on who decides who gets to do all of these appointments and who allows them to fire things because it's literally in. It's already in there.
Well, I mean, you look at the executive branch, right? That's the president. He has the power of the executive branch. And who is
No
under the
shit.
executive branch? The branch and the executive, they have tons of different departments they oversee, like Department of Justice. They oversee this, they oversee that.
So
And
tell
then you
me,
have the
let
Congress.
me test you on something real quick. I'm very curious about this. Does the executive branch of government have the authority or the ability to create new agencies, new federal agencies?
Um, wait, I think I know this. I want to say
I
no.
know exactly.
I think it's a no.
So if the answer is no, that they don't have the authority to just create new agencies, federal agencies, why would they also then have the authority to hire, fire, rehire, appoint, etc., to any agency without congressional say so? If the executive branch doesn't even have the ability to even create new government or federal agencies.
It depends on the position.
Oh no, this is, oh my gosh. Go back to a government class, man.
I didn't
You.
take any government classes.
That explains it.
Can you give an example of somebody he fucked?
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
I am
Awesome. How old are you?
60.
60. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. Perfect. Do you mind really quickly if I do like a little PSA?
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you. TikTok, 1 second. While I put you on mute, tap the screen up to 75,000 likes. I appreciate you so much. Over on YouTube and Twitch, just a reminder, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, whichever one it is for you. Over on Twitch, become a subscriber. We love our subs there. Over on YouTube, become a member. If you become a new member, it does go up on the screen. You can also gift memberships. Gifting memberships, becoming a member is the best way, easiest way to support my channel and allow me to keep doing this 6 days a week for about 2 hours a day. Same thing on Twitch with doing subs and sending out bits. And we have super chats available on YouTube. If you send out a super chat, it does go right up on the screen. I do address it. It might just be after the call. And don't forget to, after you've hit sub or follow, whichever one, turn on notifications so you know when I go live. Jimmy said, Trump bad. Thank you for the 2. All right, so caller. Oh, also TikTok, clear out the gift goal. It's just some roses. So caller, why is it that, what is the main reason why you're still supporting Trump?
Well, there's a number of them. I would say one is, or a main, well, let's say one of 5, maybe. Main ones is I think we are in great financial trouble, and the United States can't raise taxes and get out of this. They can't deregulate to reduce business costs to get out of this. The only way out of this, the only hope, I think, is growth, a pro-growth agenda that's not driven by taxing a certain segment of the population, the top 2%, the top 10%, whatever it might be. And I don't know that that is even going to be enough. I never thought the Democrats had a pro-growth agenda that didn't involve growing government, which by its nature costs more employees, more pensions, a number of things that add to the debt. Now, I wish President Trump could cut spending more.
Gifting 5 subs on the
and I wish that more opportunity could be given to the group of people in this country that are not credentialed, didn't necessarily go to college, that make between 40 and 80, and just want to have a family and maybe have a house. That group of people is not being served, and I think Donald Trump's policies, although not perfect, would serve that group better, which would make America stronger. I do think there's some, I wish the hedge fund and the carryover cost that tax should be eliminated. And there are other, intricate high-end taxes that could be completely eliminated. But I would say that would be one of the main reasons, is getting us out of this morass with growth rather than redistribution of wealth and higher taxes, which is just, I'm in California, and California is just, I feel bad for young people. They just have no chance here, no chance. And we do need to close the borders. We do need to get our immigration system not in check. We need to enforce the laws. California has a high welfare state as well as open borders, and it's a disaster.
No, I'm sorry. We're not. The reason why I ask people for like their top one thing is because we take it one step at a time here.
Okay.
So can you explain to me what exactly Donald Trump has done to spur on this pro-growth agenda? Because you've already said deregulation doesn't get us out of this mess, etc. So deregulation doesn't work to get things out. So what exactly? And I mean, you can say that, but other candidates had plans on extending out tax cuts for the middle and lower class. So that's a weird thing.
Well, I would
anyway,
say
so.
that the increase in foreign investment in this country
Cool.
has
Can I
about a
find
3.
where can I find any of these signed deals?
Well, they're in the process. Toyota's one.
Toyota
Apple.
agreed to their investment in 2022, 2023, and 2024, and they opened new plants and hired more people during those years. So thanks, Biden. They literally just told Donald Trump, hey, we're doing this, agreeing to something that they already put out a press release 2 years ago.
But they added additional funding to it,
They
additional
didn't.
plans to.
No, in
Yeah,
fact,
they absolutely did.
what they did is they
in Georgia,
actually
they did.
turned and hurt themselves. Toyota's not, no. So they actually turned
Hyundai,
around and hurt
Apple.
themselves. You said Toyota. We're sticking on Toyota for a second.
Okay.
Like they're actually hurting themselves by when they're changing around their manufacturing to a different car model that actually doesn't even sell the best. Like if we move over to Honda, for example, again, this is something that they agreed to do prior to Donald Trump even becoming getting inaugurated into office. You can look at their press releases, okay? Where their plants, I believe it's in Indiana, they switched it over. It was supposed to start making Honda CRVs for the 2028 for their 2027 models, and instead what they've switched it over to do is make the Civic, which actually isn't their number one selling vehicle in the United States of America. The Honda CRVs are.
But those were plants that were already here, and during the Biden administration,
and they haven't opened up any new plants.
But they during the Biden administration, they said these are potential plants that they will break ground on them.
Yeah,
but they didn't ink the deals because
they did
in Georgia, for instance, with Hyundai.
Yeah. When did they start that? When did they start that battery plant, sir?
Which one?
Oh, the newest one, the one that was, recently rated. When did they break ground on that plant?
Oh, a couple years back.
Oh, they broke ground on it in 2022. Isn't that hilarious? Wow, who was president in 2022?
But
who was president in 20? Oh, perfect. I love this one. Thank you for that one. So when they broke ground on it, they acknowledged that it wasn't going to be up and operational until 2026 at the earliest, but more than likely 2027. Like that was a part of their entire thing. What conditions changed? What condition changed?
Tax breaks to Hyundai.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whose tax plan were we on? Whose tax plan were we under? Whose in 2022? Whose tax plan were we under?
What is your first name?
It's Ari. In 2022, whose tax plan were we under? In 2022, whose tax plan were we under?
We were under Biden's, but that's not the tax plan.
No, sorry. When did Joe Biden sign a new tax bill in his administration? Can you tell me when?
Joe Biden did not sign the ramification that said.
No, that's not what I asked. You said, hold on, calm down for a second. I want to be very clear with you on something. You said that we were under Biden's tax plan in the year 2022. So now I want you to tell me what bill did he sign that changed the tax laws in his administration?
Hold on. Now remember, tax laws can be carried over from the previous administration.
So
there can be part of the tax code that was Trump's. There can be part of the tax code that was before Trump.
Okay.
Go on for many years.
So again, but you said, I'm sorry, but no, you have to be very clear on something. When I asked you whose tax code were we under, and you said it was Biden's, and now I'm asking for you to give me the bill that he signed that changed the tax law or the tax code. I have news for you. You can't provide me one because the TCJA that was signed into law in December of 2017 that went into effect January 1st, 2018 was still in effect until the end of this year, December 31st, 2025. So the entirety of Joe Biden's plan, the entirety. What did they do? What did they do?
Is allow Georgia.
They allow Georgia
and Hyundai to employ Koreans. The bill that Trump signed said to get the tax break, Hyundai, you have to employ people from Georgia.
What page is that on? Out of HR 1. in
The bill
HR1,
he just
can
the
you
bill
tell
he
me,
just signed.
HR1, yeah, the big beautiful bill, what page is it on that it specifically says, Hyundai, in order for you to get these magical, mythical tax breaks that don't exist, you have to get rid of your South Korean employees? Funny enough, the
No,
people
no,
that
no, no.
have
They
to
didn't.
teach the
They
Americans
didn't
how to
have
make the batteries because
you.
we're not smart enough to do it, like, or they're
You
gonna fuck it up and then
you
therefore
didn't
not be
have
efficient?
You didn't have Korean employees in Georgia at the time. They
Yeah, we
brought
did.
them over. No, they did
Well, they had.
not
I'm
working at this
sorry.
plant.
Did I miss
No,
the
they
raid
did
that
not.
just happened? Was
The
there not
raid
a
happened
raid at?
because
Uh-huh.
Hyundai bought
No, I'm still
shipped
asking you to
over
tell me. Like, let me be
employees.
clear. Can you give me the page number out of the 330 pages of HR1, aka the one big 242,
242.
and that's in the 330 page document, right?
I believe it was, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's not the point. The point is that Georgia.
242. We're gonna
The
pull it
reason they
right
got
on up. Text,
the reason they got the
PDF. We're gonna switch it over to page 242. And this is gonna say, I'm just gonna do a, well, no, I forget, it won't do.
I just threw that
I
just threw
don't
that number out
see
at you because it's
anything.
irrelevant. The
It's
point
irrelevant? Then
is
you're
the,
wrong. Then there's nothing in there, right? Because let's see,
there is
this is
something in
talking about, 242 is talking about an Indian or an urban Indian, such as terms defined in paragraphs 13 and
Look,
section 4 of the Indian
bill.
Healthcare Improvement
I
Act.
have the bill in front of me as
California
well. I also
Indian
have the summary.
described in section.
The
This is
reason-
talking about Native Americans. So, this is talking about
reason-
the indigenous population. So, where exactly is this in here where we're talking about Hyundai specifically?
I threw that
Here,
out
we'll just
because
put
you're
Hyundai.
missing the point.
Hyundai
You're
is
missing-
nowhere in this document. Interesting. Hyundai isn't anywhere in here. So let's try Georgia. The state of Georgia, even the word Georgia is not anywhere in this document. So why'd you lie to me?
American employees.
American employees.
Whatever state
so
they're
if
in,
I type in
Indiana,
American employee,
Georgia,
oh, that's too long. That doesn't appear anywhere in this document.
You must employ. That was part of the bill.
It was part of the bill. Where? I'm asking you where. It's nowhere in here. I'm on the big beautiful bill. It literally.
I have it in front
if
of me
I
too.
go
I've
here,
read the
I'm gonna go all the way back up to the front of this. Okay, this is literally right. This is the big beautiful bill. I have HR1 pulled up that was signed into law July 4, 2025 by Donald J. Trump. So where does it say specifically that Donald Trump is giving these tax breaks to companies like Hyundai, specifically in Georgia, if they employ American employees? Can you tell me where? Because I've been waiting and it doesn't exist.
Are you familiar with legislation? How
Yeah,
legislation's written.
and I promise you I've read more of this bill than you have. In fact, I've read the different iterations of it. I read 590 pages of the 891 pages of the Senate part, and then I also read 638 pages of the over 1,000 page bill of the original text from the House.
And I have
I guarantee you haven't read any part. I guarantee you haven't. Because it doesn't sound like you know anything. You can't even point out to me the page number. You say you have it out in front of you, so you should be able. You should be able. You should be able to open up the bill and then tell me what page number it is, instead of just reading from a summary, which is just gives a basic idea and dumbs it down for people like you.
Legislation doesn't work like that.
Oh,
that's the point.
Wait, legislation doesn't. So tell me how legislation works then. What are we reading between the lines of words that exist on the page? So we're interpreting new words on the pages?
Parts of legislation relate to others. If you've read any
sorry. Are you telling me?
It doesn't
there are
out.
words between the words that I have to read between the lines. Is that correct?
I think you have to have background understanding of
I have to have background understanding? I guarantee I have more than you.
Well, we don't know that. You don't know that, and you could go on about your certifications, and I could go on about mine.
I don't care about certifications.
And I don't care about yours. But your argument is still missing the point that bill is a better bill. To make a general statement, is a better bill for pro-growth.
No, I'm telling you to tell me what page it's on that Hyundai is getting this huge tax break for employing American employees, and it says that they can't employ South Korean employees. Where does it say it in there?
It extrapolates it throughout the bill.
It extrapolates it. It extrapolates it. So again, I have to read between the lines. I have to read between the lines to find this?
No, not between the lines. You have
Not
to
between the
synthesize data
lines.
that runs through the bill. If you have ever
Data
read a
that
summary,
runs through the
have you
bill.
ever written?
Where
Have you ever
I'm
written a
sorry,
summary?
I've never seen a
See,
chart anywhere in a bill. So where can I find the data that's sprinkled in the bill somewhere? Where's this data I'm looking for? What page?
Well, can we debate the issue?
We're not even debating because you're still not even able to help out with this. Like, what page? Where am I going to find it in this bill? You said that you've read it. You claim that you know it. So you should know about what page it's on.
It is not on. It's multiple sites, multiple parts of the bill.
Multiple parts.
That reference the requirements.
Cool. What section number should I look for?
It's all through the bill. It's depending on
section
the
dot space what number?
Depending on whether the company needs
section dot space what number?
See that this is crazy. This is why.
How is this crazy?
Because the original question was, what has he done?
Right, and then I'm questioning you on why you're supporting him, and you're not able to even provide me any kind of quantifiable data or any you're not able to assert your reasoning.
No. I pointed out the fact that he's increased. The United States has about $3 trillion foreign investment in this country.
No, we don't. Where? Tell me where. Where can I find it? Where is this deal? He's been in office for 8 months.
No.
He's been bragging about these deals. Sorry.
Hello, slow down.
No. We're talking about Trump. I'm sorry. Where's the cognitive dissonance here? No, we're not comparing and contrasting. I'm asking you, where are these signed deals? Where can I find this signed deal that he's made that guarantees this foreign investment over a certain amount? Donald Trump has lied about what was actually in their verbal agreement that they hashed out that they hadn't signed into paper. Countries like Japan pulled out of even coming to meet with Donald Trump because he was lying on national and international television about what the terms of their agreement were. So they didn't even come to sign what would have actually been an actual trade deal because Donald Trump was lying on national and international television about what the agreement was. So tell me where the signed bill is. Do you not understand? Yeah, just did. And they still haven't signed any bills. No, Donald Trump just had a phone call with China. He has not had a sit-down meeting with China. Yeah. And there's still no deal. There's still no signed deal. There's still no signed trade deal. In fact, China has pulled back. China has pulled back. Where can I find it on the state government website? What's the name of the bill then? What's the name of the bill then? What's the name of it? Oh, okay. So I'm not going to find. Well, no, it sounds like you haven't done any research for yourself, sir.
You can deny that. But the bills have been signed.
So I'm going to let you state
the ground has been broken. The land has been designated.
Trade deal China 2025.
And he's increased foreign investment in this country.
Almost. Oh, okay. Sweet. I love this. There has been no signed trade deal.
You can look. You pull up what you want on these sites, but it's ridiculous.
No, I'm looking for. I'm sorry. I don't think you realize that the State Department, the Department of State, right? The State Department keeps track of all signed deals and legislations, right? That you can easily find on their website, to the point that I can find stuff from fucking 1973 from the State Department, and I can read trade deals that we had with other countries from 1973. I can read treaties that we have from 1973. I don't reference press releases. I'm so sorry. I don't reference press releases because until we have a signed deal, there's no actual deal. There's no money coming in. How about Donald Trump claiming that we're going to get $500 billion for the UAE when that's not even what their fucking GDP is for a year, when that's more than their GDP in a single year? It would take 10 years of their GDP. Oh, it's a complete misstatement? Wow. Sorry. That's what Donald Trump is claiming. Because the last time I checked, Donald Trump was like, we've guaranteed $17 trillion of investments. We've got $17 trillion coming into the United States of America. Yet I haven't seen a single signed trade deal. I haven't seen anything that cements it in stone. Nothing that shows it. right?
I need
And
a
again,
reference
he's
point about
claiming that
you.
he's
What's
getting
the
all of this
what
money from the
is
UAE and all of these
the
other countries
global
that is greater
GDP?
than their GDP in a
You can't
singular year,
answer a
that
simple
somehow they're
question.
going to
You
guarantee us
can't
this
handle a
money
simple
in a
question.
singular
What
year when
is
they
the
haven't signed
global?
anything, something that they're going to give money to the United States
You
larger than
slept
their
during
GDP. That's
you
what I'm
slept during
understanding for you.
macroeconomics.
They're
You slept during
th-
macroeconomics. What is the global GDP?
I don't know. You tell me. You seem to know so much. Come on and
Oh,
educate
that's a
me.
clever answer. That's it. So when
Yeah,
you
you
ask me a
seem to know
question,
so much, so educate me. I'm
no,
sorry, you haven't given me any data. You say you've read this bill, but then you also said, I've read the summary. I've read the
I've
summary,
read
and I
both.
have to
No, no,
read
no.
between the lines.
You're
I have
not.
to
You're not
extrapolate the
listening. A
data from these
summary.
bills. I have to
No.
extrapolate it. So I'm still trying to figure out where I can extrapolate the data between the text of the bills in HR1. I'm still waiting to find that extrapolation of data. Where can I
You
find that?
can read. You can
Where can
read
I
the
find that?
entire
I
bill
have. I've read
and
way
the
more than you, I
and
guarantee it. Again.
and the
So, but
summaries
you're still
and the
not even
summaries.
addressing the
But
facts
but
of like, wow.
you
Wow,
sound
are
like
you
you don't have
okay?
any rudimentary economics.
No,
Where do you
you
get these
sound like
ideas?
it. So if you had actually taken economics at any kind, even 101, it would have already taught you that in order for a trade deal to be honored, it has to be signed. And I'm not able to find any kind of trade deals. Isn't that funny?
Trade deals can be activated on without being signed. They're
Right, but then they don't have
yes.
to be honored, right? So when we're saying, because we already saw this, okay? We've already seen where foreign countries
So you're saying
promised.
every
I'm not
trade deal
done.
has a
I'm not
signed
done. I'm
agreement?
not done.
Is that
I'm
what you're
not done.
saying?
Okay, I'll help you
Every
out here.
trade deal
So
has a
we already saw this
every
occur in Donald Trump's first term, where China was supposed to increase the amount that they were buying from the United States by 200%. I can't remember exactly what it was called. And isn't it funny that China did $0 of that agreement that they actually like had with Donald Trump? They did $0 of it. In fact, they reneged on it. Okay, isn't that hilarious? Oh, you hung up. Oh, you poor Pookie Pie baby boy. Yeah, he ran. I'm so sorry, Pookie Pie, that you don't know what you're talking about. See, when we just have verbal agreements of trade deals, they can withdraw. They don't ever have to do it. TikTok, let's get the likes up to 100,000. You're almost there, but we should have been there 7 minutes ago. So let's do it in 3 minutes, guys. Paul, yes, caller, Fox News is not research. I'm sure he's still here listening, okay? Chris P, exactly. Trust me, bro, is where you can find all of the non-answers. Yeah, he got sad. I'm sorry, it's not a trade deal unless I can find it in writing. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 26.
You're 26. Awesome. And are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I'm sorry. Sorry, I have that live video open.
Yeah, you should turn it down or completely
Trump.
stop it.
Okay. Yes.
You're still supporting Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. What is your main reason that you are still supporting Donald Trump?
But I mean, the main reason I would support any president is because supporting the president is a pretty good, productive thing to do. Other than we live in a pretty gridlocked political system, so any sort of movement forward is usually pretty good. One of the worst things is keeping society the way that it is and sticking to stuff just because that's the way that we've been doing things.
Okay, but why are you supporting Trump 8 months into his presidency?
Because he's making a lot of changes, unlike a lot of the previous presidents, and those changes are pretty good changes.
Like what? Can you be specific?
So he's working towards, limiting illegal immigration. So we've had pretty much no illegal border crossings in Mexico.
Where can I
since he
find
took
that
office.
statistic that's not a press release on a .gov website?
Let me look at. So U.S. Border Patrol reported this.
Oh, the press release? I think I still, oh no, I no longer have it open, but I think I can get it back open real quick.
There's a website,
Yeah.
usafacts.com.
No, I said a .gov website. So I'm looking for primary sources. So the primary sources to show me that there is 0 border crossings would be DHS.gov, ICE.gov, CBP.gov, and it
Yeah,
can't
that
be a
one.
press release because a press release, like I could put out a press release if I was, let's see, Tom Homan saying that the sky was purple, and that's like, that would still be factually incorrect, and there'd be no data or science to back it up. So I'm looking for the data. So where can I find the data on ICE.gov, CBP.gov, or DHS.gov that there are 0 border crossings? The data.
So 0 is an exaggeration. There's like very, very few, like if you compare it to the millions of border crossings that were happening previously, and then down to like under 1,000. I'm not sure where you're not seeing it, but it is on.
Where can I find the data for crossings?
CBP.gov.
Oh, so it's very interesting. When I go to cbp.gov, I don't ever see crossings. I see encounters.
Well, yeah, because they didn't end up crossing. That's the whole thing. They encountered them and then they stopped them from crossing.
Oh, but we see the encounters here. So wait, so you're acknowledging that encounters are not letting people into the country?
Yes, that's exactly what the point of them stopping them at the border is. They have an encounter with them and then they stop them and tell them to go back.
Fantastic. So now tell me how many people were allowed into the country under the Biden administration. Where can I find that statistic?
Millions.
Millions. How many? And then where can I find that statistic on a .gov website? And exactly, like, give me the number, because it changes every time I hear Donald Trump speak.
Because it's a very large number. People just kind of say like 10 million, 5 million, 7 million. Because the whole thing about like undocumented immigrants is that they're not documented. So that's kind of like a pretty good conundrum.
But that's not what Donald Trump says. He says that Biden let them in, which means that they would have been allowed in. And he says that they were unvetted, allowed in, unvetted. Okay. So that would imply, the meaning of those, if I say I let you into my home, what does that mean? I open the door for you, right? Because that would have to be occurring. I gave you permission to come here. So that would mean that these were not undocumented individuals. So now I'm going to ask you, where can I find the number of border crossings that are occurring or that occurred under Joe Biden to prove the point of your 5 million, 10 million, 15 million, 20 million, up to 50 million claim? Where can I find that?
So Homeland Security publishes 10 to 10.8 million total encounters between January 2021 and mid-2024. There's 8 to 9 million of them at the Southwest border.
10 million encounters. Can you remind me what encounters mean?
An encounter could be anything. It could be them.
No, it's actually very specifically defined on DHS's website, and I'll go ahead and help you out here. So encounters per DHS is the sum of U.S. Border Title 8 apprehensions, Office of Field Operations Title 8 inadmissibles, and aliens process for expulsions under Title 42 authority by the U.S. Border Patrol or OFO, the Office of Field Operations. And then even if you look it down here further and you look just at the Southwest land border encounters, it even specifies that all the individuals that are encountered and expelled to the country of their last transit or home country. Wow.
Well, that's what it should mean, but they didn't do that. Their objective.
Where can I find the proof that they didn't do it? Can you give me where can I find the proof that they didn't do it?
Do you like the Pew Research Center or PolitiFact?
Oh, Pew Research Center just goes over encounters too, and PolitiFact isn't a primary website either. So again, I'm asking you for a primary source, which would be ICE, DHS, or CBP.gov, and that's not a media release or a press release. Are you able to help me out with the primary source?
You're being very pedantic is the whole thing. Like you're going.
No, what's the difference? Let's try this.
Narrative.
Let's try this, okay? What's the difference between a primary, secondary, and tertiary source?
So a primary source is like if something happened to me and I tell you about it. A secondary source is if then you told someone else about it, and a tertiary source is even farther removed.
Awesome. So when I'm asking you for a primary source, they're going to be the ones that have all of the data and that should be able to give it to me. Fantastic. So when I'm asking you
So you, like,
specifically for the primary source of how many
do you
crossings came
not
into the
know
United
any
States of
illegal
America
immigrants?
and you're not
Because I
factor,
work with
Pew
some.
Center, Pew Research, all CBP, DHS, ICE keep track of our encounters and apprehensions and all that means all of these people were kicked out, right? Encounters, apprehensions, and deportations.
What about
So
Title
people
VIII?
that were not allowed here. Title 8 is literally the law that rejects people from coming in or allows them to claim asylum. It's not even counting a crossing. That's just a fucking title. That's literally our immigration title is Title 8. Everything that falls under immigration is Title 8. For example, 8 U.S. Code 1158 is asylum. 8 U.S. Code 1227 is talking about if you're found within 100 miles of the southern border, they can reject you if you don't have your paperwork immediately without processing because you're within 100 miles. It's considered a border encounter under 8 U.S. Code 1227. Then you have 8 U.S. Code 1325, 1326. You have also have 1324. It's literally just the starting title of all of the codes, all of the laws that govern the United States border. Just saying, what about Title 8?
So you just
Means
rambling.
nothing.
I have to be concise to cut through. But anyway, so Title VIII is a different type of immigration law. So they were given that when they otherwise.
What's the code? Sorry, what's the other end of the Title 8 that I should be looking for?
Other end of the Title VIII that you should be looking for?
Yeah, so do you know how U.S. code works?
A little bit. I'm not like an attorney or anything, but I know that
Okay.
immigration.
So
is
I gave
bad
you an
for the
example
Republican
of
Party, but it is
what
good for your
these
party.
laws are like, and you just saying Title 8 doesn't do anything. It's like me throwing a wet rag at the wall and hoping for it to stick is what you're doing when you're just like, Title 8, Title 8, Title 8. Haven't you known this? So I give you an example of what it would actually be when you're
I said
talking
it
about
one time. You
laws.
were the one
I'll
who
go
was
ahead and
saying
help
it.
you out again. 8 U.S. Code 1158, 8 U.S. Code 1227, 8 U.S. Code 1324, 1325, 1326, 1327. Those are all examples of Title 8. So where am I looking for under Title 8 again?
Let me find it for you.
Awesome.
So CBP, data listing encounters, it went very high up. It was almost like there was
Encounters. Great.
Yes.
What
but
is an
all
encounter again?
encounters expelled, but
What is an
not all of
encounter
them were
again?
expelled.
Oh, where can I find proof that not all of them were expelled? Because per their own definitions, where under Title 8?
Well, so Title VIII wouldn't be an expulsion. You just said that.
No, Title 8 is the law. Title 8 is the law. So what other part of Title 8 am I looking for that says that they were allowed in? What's the other part of the code?
Well, anyone who was let in under Title VIII was let in and they weren't expelled. So
Where? What code? And then where can I find it on cbp.gov? What other part? Like, I'll give you an example, okay? I'll help you out here. It literally even gives you an example of what a code should look like on CBP's website. It's about Title 42, but it still gives you an example of it. I just scrolled by it again. There it is. It looks just like this. It looks just like this. Title 42, USC 265. I know I have that open, Pookie Pie. I have that open, Pookie Pie. So what other part of Title 8 should I be looking for? What other part of Title 8 should I be looking for? Can you help me out? Title 8, USC what? Title 8, USC what? What are the numbers?
Title 8,
USC.
There's no blanket provision requiring expulsion.
There's no blanket provision requiring expulsion.
Yes. So what the whole thing I'm trying to say is that the encounters are not just expulsions. You're trying to say they are all expulsions so that it doesn't matter if they went up or down.
Title 8 enforcement action refers to apprehensions or inadmissible process under CBP's immigration authority. Inadmissibles refer to individuals encountered at port of entries by OFO who are seeking lawful admission into the United States but are determined to be inadmissible individuals presenting themselves to seek humanitarian. No, it's because I'm reading this for you. Okay. I'm going to start this whole paragraph all over for you, okay? This is directly from CBP's website. I have the whole thing right up here. I'm even going to scroll it back up to the top. It says U.S. Customs and Border Protection up in the very top corner. Title 8, Enforcement Act. All were expelled.
Many were processed under Title 8 or released while
All were expelled.
Many were processed under Title 8 or released while
Title 8 what? Title 8 USC what? Title 8 is literally just the law. Title 8 is just the law. Title 8 is just the beginning of the letter of the law. Under what U.S. code were individuals allowed in? And then tell me where I can find that statistic.
U.S. code is called Title 8.
I'm aware that that's the U.S. No, sorry, that's the title. That's the beginning of the that's the beginning of the law, dude. It's literally Title 8 is the beginning of the law. The next words are United States Code. Yeah, United States.
1537.
11 what?
1101 hyphen 1537.
1101 15307.
1537. But yeah, we both agree
8
that
U.S. Title 8
is not an
USC Title 8 USC 11
is that an
oh
expulsion?
sorry, there's nothing that
Let's be
shows
really
it.
concise here. Just let's do yes or no stuff. Is Title 8 an expulsion or no?
Title 8 is the law. It has different laws underneath there. It is the beginning of the law.
So is it like legal, like they come into America, or they go away from America?
No, you're going to have to tell me which United States code under Title 8.
1537.
1101 is the definition of an alien passing in transit through the United States on a board or vessel. Like this one literally is definitions. You gave me the definition code.
Yeah, that's exactly precisely what you had asked for also.
No, I didn't. I asked you for which code are you referencing that allowed all of these individuals that were recorded as encounters to come into the country. Giddy up. And then tell me where I can find that on CBP's website.
Removal of non-citizens, 8 USC 1101 1537, enforced procedures, detention.
There isn't. Okay, I'm going to help you out with something. I typed in 8 US code 1101 1537, and there's not a US code that says that.
There most certainly is.
There is not a US code 1101 1537. 1101 is just definitions.
Yeah, all the way to 1537.
All the way to one. So what you were missing, and I'm going to help you out with your English a little bit. You would have said 1101 through or dash 1537. Instead, you said, you didn't say hyphen. You just said 1101 1537. It's 1101 1537. 1101 1537. And I even repeated it back to you. I said, so I'm typing in 1101 1537. And you're like, well, actually, I said 15307. And you said, no, it's 1537. So I took out the 0. I even repeated it back to you. You did not say hyphen. You did not say dash. You did not say through. You just put it all together. Because words have meaning, and you're not giving me any information. Title 8, again, is just the beginning of the law. You didn't say anything.
It's not an expulsion. They give them Title 8 instead of expelling them. So,
they give them Title 8. Cool. Which title exactly? So you're telling me that I have to read 436 laws to be happy with you, to be happy for you to find it myself? You tell me which one.
That's what you asked.
Yeah, so tell me which one.
It starts at 1101.
I'm aware it's at 1101. Which law? Which law? Which one? Which U.S. code?
1101.
Which one? No, that's just definitions. I'm going to scroll back up to the top. 1101 is just the definition. And yeah, that's actually a good point, Amon. You literally can't discuss law without being pedantic as fuck. I'm so sorry that that hurts your feelings. You
But you're
cannot
trying to-
discuss law
you're
without
trying to
being
appease the
pedantic.
masses.
I'm not
No, I
trying to
understand that, but
confuse
why do you have
anybody.
to be-
I'm trying for you. I'm attempting to make it so that you are being clear and you're providing
I thought this was a
clarity,
support
but
group.
you're
I thought I'm
providing
supposed to
none.
become a Democrat.
I'm not here to convert you.
Oh, what are you here for?
I'm here to
Give
debunk your
support?
bullshit,
So-
which I'm
so far,
doing
I
because
feel
you
that
don't know
encounters went
anything.
up under
Again, I'm going to
wraps.
help you out again. So let's just read this. Encounters are the sum of U.S. Border Patrol, Title 8 apprehensions,
all
Office of
expulsions.
Field Operations, Title 8 inadmissibles, and aliens processed for expulsions under Title 42 authority.
That's what it said.
Awesome.
But then they
Because
did
that's
Title
what
8
it
for-
is.
But then they did Title 8 for a bunch of them, which is when they didn't expel them.
And
they
it
left it open.
explains
So
what
they
Title
they
8
did
again. You have no proof of that. You have zero proof. Again, the way that
anybody
they
can look it up.
describe,
We
the
live in an
way
era of,
that,
like,
I'm
artificial
sorry,
intelligence
the way that the government explains and defines what encounters are says that they are all rejected. It even says it on their encounters page when you're looking at specifically just the Southwest border encounters. It literally says it that they are considered inadmissible and they are rejected from coming into the country.
Why do
Yeah,
think they
you
were
saying
hired
they
under
did
Biden?
Title 8 is literally a nonsensical statement. It means nothing because you've already acknowledged yourself that there are 436 separate laws under Title 8 United States Code. And you want to complain about me being pedantic when literally the letter of the law is in fact pedantic. And I'm going to read this to you from my friend that is actually an attorney, and I know you're not, but hello, go up on the screen. Oh, I accidentally turned that off over here. There we go. We do be mega pedantic. Also, the first time he was saying the numbers, okay, so he does correct me. Bishop heard a hyphen. I did not. The majority of the chat didn't either, but Bishop heard it, so I'm going to believe him.
The
So my
majority of the chat
bad.
seems to be saying that you don't have a leg to stand on. To
Oh,
stop
I don't
yelling,
have a
it's
leg
too
to stand on?
complicated.
Yeah,
Well,
you've,
just read what it says.
yeah,
I have it open right now. It says,
I'm
you don't have-
aware.
it says, it's laughing. You don't have to be pedantic. It's the nature of the law. Laughing, mind blown. But basically, what I'm trying to say is encounters.
Buddy, if you want to talk to the chat, I can easily just hang up on you. If you want to talk to the chat, I can easily hang up on you and you can go back and join them. Oh, you were. When you're reading it out loud, you're talking to the chat, so. No, I see. You don't realize that I have
I'll
four
keep doing
different.
that. I wanna
Maybe
respect
this will
your
help you
rules.
out.
This is
Do
this
you
is your
think that I'm just talking to one chat?
No.
Okay, awesome. I have
worldwide.
4.
Very good.
Yeah, I have 4
let's do
chats, and
another
combined in
topic
all
because
4 of them, I'm
obviously
talking to
immigration
over
thing,
2,000 people. So when I'm saying I'm looking at the chats and I'm looking at the majority of the chats, it's funny that you picked up 1. That's not even the one with the most people in it, by the way. Isn't that funny? I'm well
not
aware that
unreasonable.
that's
Are you on
stream.
TikTok?
I'm on
What do you
a
think of
bunch
Oracle
of
buying
apps.
TikTok.
I'm on a bunch of apps.
What do you think of Oracle buying TikTok?
Or I don't know if people forgot this or just didn't realize this, but Oracle has been the company that has been storing our American United States users of TikTok data since 2019.
Back when it was Musically.
It was TikTok in 2019.
Before my time. I've never downloaded TikTok because I think
See, this
America
proves
is
the
better
point.
than China.
Yeah, this just proves the point of what I'm trying to say.
I get my stuff later.
Sure,
But
I'm sure
anyways,
you do. Okay. Toodaloos. You're something else. But thank you, Bishop, by the way. I appreciate that. That was absolutely just bonkers, to be honest. Oh, how do you think about Oracle buying TikTok? It doesn't mean anything to me. Oracle has already owned all of our data for the past 6 or 7 years. What? Am I supposed to be upset that a company that's already owning our data could be the potential buyer? Thank you, David, for becoming a sub over on the Purple app. Okay, just went back on the red stream. It was the second time he was saying the numbers, not the first. Gotcha. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he was just exactly when he first gave the numbers, he was just going 1101, 1537. No hyphen, no dot, no through, nothing. Like people just don't know how to do things. We'll reopen these phone lines though. You guys got to give me more to read between the callers. Come on, guys. Send me some more stuff. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
It's Wednesday, and I would
Hello?
assume the sky is up, and so is the roof. How old are you?
All right. I'm 20.
20.
From Youngstown, actually.
Cool. And are you still supporting Trump?
I support him in a very specific way, and it kind of ends at a certain point because, you know, there's a lot of stuff he does that's very disagreeable, but I think there's a few things that he does that a couple people like me could agree with.
Mm-hmm. So what's your one specific thing then?
Knives, actually. I'm a very big knife enthusiast. I've been a very big knife enthusiast my entire life.
Go
And
throw
very
it at
specific
something then
knives
that's not a
get
person. Thanks. Thank you for calling the thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Shalom!
Bro, go harass somebody else. I don't know who you need to harass, but go harass somebody else. Okay? Thanks, Pookie.
Hello?
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there? Hello.
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
Hello? I'm 18.
You're 18?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Sorry, I don't talk to 18-year-olds. Awesome. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yep.
Cool. How old are you?
25.
And are you still supporting Trump?
Correct.
Can you turn off whatever it is that's making me hear myself?
That would be my phone. I don't have a different device.
Oh, okay. I can't deal with that. Sorry. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Hello? Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can. How old are you?
32.
Okay. And are you still supporting Trump?
Right now, I wasn't one who voted for him in this election, but with the way things are going right now, and we can talk about immigration if you want, I kind of support that aspect of what's going on.
No, I'm good. I spent like the last hour and a half talking about immigration. Y'all are boring. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hey, yeah, I was wondering why aren't you letting people finish their points? Cowardly.
Why are you just calling up to cry?
Well, I just wanted to say that we're past debate with liberals like you. You celebrate
I'm not a
death, so
liberal.
you're gonna get it. You're gonna.
Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. How old are you?
24.
24. And are you still supporting Trump?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't I?
Absolutely. And for the people complaining about the beeping, it's because everyone's calling in at the same time.
Yeah, that's why I went out of my living room so my wife could have some peace. Go ahead.
Okay. And so what is your main reason for still supporting Trump?
Well, the number one reason is very obvious. Everything that I was buying under Biden and everything under Biden's economy was going up in price. Everyone seems to forget the fact that they were paying almost $5 a gallon for gas right before Trump got into office. And as soon as Trump got into office, it jumped down a little bit. And as time has gone on, it's gone down a lot.
Awesome. Can you help me out with
And
something?
on top of
No, we
Go
take
ahead.
this one point at a time. So, can you point me to the piece of legislation or the executive order that Joe Biden signed that adversely affected the gas prices? And then also point me, after that, point me in the direction in the exact executive order or piece of legislation that Donald Trump signed that lowered the gas prices. I'll wait.
Let me point you to your memory, and let me point you to the gas stations that
Oh, no,
literally
that's not
display the
what I
price of
asked
gas.
for. I'm sorry. Let's try this again. Maybe I'll try to rephrase this. Okay. What did Joe Biden specifically do to raise your price of gas at the pump? And then what specifically did Donald Trump do to lower the price of gas at the pump? I'll wait.
All right. So this is whitehouse.gov
Oh,
slash
I don't look at
article.
archives. I don't look at the whitehouse.gov. If you're referencing an executive order, feel free to give me the Federal Register executive order number because the whitehouse.gov unfortunately doesn't
All you
provide you with the
do is
actual
whenever you
register and
hear
orders.
someone say something that you don't want, you're like, oh, let me shift
Oh,
over here and
no, I
shift
don't
over
think you
there. I'm not talking to
understand.
you.
So,
Goodbye.
executive, oh, okay, you can cry about it. So executive orders, when they're posted on the government website, they don't give you the executive order number, but the Federal Register actually gives you the executive order number, and that's what actually is published is the Federal Registrar, right? Because the whitehouse.gov is literally just a press release for the president. I hope that helps. Cake, sorry, I'm getting to this now. Thank you for the 5. Babylon, 24/7 cams on politicians plus powerful autonomous grand juries equal real transparency, trust, and accountability, nonviolent 2A for gov reform. Oh, 100%. Yeah, so like I love the fact that CNET publishes everything that Congress is doing while they're in session, right? But we're just not seeing any kind of like transparency with this. Well, thank you, Pumbaa. I'm a conservative, but she a baddie. God bless. 199. Appreciate that so much. I'm so sorry that I like facts, numbers, and I want specific things on like finding the government website, the Federal Registrar, which gives the exact executive order number. Again, if you actually compare and contrast what's published on the whitehouse.gov, looking at an executive order, and then you hold it up against the actual published executive order on the Federal Registrar, some things are not all in there. So when I ask you for the Federal Registrar, there's a reason.
You're awesome.
Thank you, Woody. I appreciate you. And thank you, Megan, for the floating heart. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hello. Why are you afraid to argue with 18-year-olds?
I'm not
Because
afraid
I
to argue
voted
with
in the last
18-year-olds.
election.
The fact is that unfortunately 18-year-olds, I feel as though I'm bullying them because I know a lot more on a lot of these
But
topics than anyone
how are
else.
you
So
intellectually
do you
bullying
want
me? You
to?
haven't
I'm
even
not
debated with me.
intellectually bullying anybody. I said I feel like I'm bullying them. It's an overgeneralization. I would assume that you know what that means. So when I say that I don't talk to 18-year-olds because I feel like I'm bullying them, that you're included in an overgeneralization of a bucket of 18-year-olds. I hope that helps.
All right. So
Thank you for calling the MAGA support hotline. Are you there?
Yeah, what would it take to take you out to dinner?
You would need to send me at least $300 to the green or the blue app. Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there?
Hi, yeah.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm in my 30s.
Cool.
How old are you?
In my
I'm
early
sorry.
30s.
That's just put me on the spot. How are you doing this evening?
Doing well. Are you supporting Trump?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So, what is the main reason that you're
Thanks.
still
I think this
supporting
is
Donald Trump?
well. I think that it is kind of like based on the idea of like if you have somebody who is elected as like your official, you have kind of like two different train of thoughts that you can run down. Like you can either like be part of the problem or part of the solution, you know.
Or you
So
can just
like
be
if you
critical of
can,
them. Go with option C, just be critical of them and what they do. See, I think people don't realize that you can be
I don't
critical
think
of
that's a
them,
great
and
option, but
being critical
I
of
think
them
that is
means
a
that
way
you
that you
can
could
still
go about it.
support when they do
And so
something correct.
you could like use
Do
your
you?
voice in such a way to
Oh.
like make make a make like a choice like right. So it's like with
I
different
wish you would have let me finish my sentence because I probably could have
right.
already explained what you thought you were trying to
Maybe,
say.
but my sentence.
Okay,
I'm
well,
sorry
I'll
that the
just,
beginning
you
of my
actually,
sentence interrupted
no,
your
you
sentence.
had totally paused and I poked in when you were taking a breath, I guess, and I guess that offended you a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and help you out. So when I talk about being critical of our leadership, right? So being critical means that you can not only applaud them when they do something correct, but you can also look at them critically about when they're doing something wrong. Meaning you can still support when they're doing something correct, but you can also disparage them or laud against them when they're doing something incorrect or what you believe or what you
Yeah.
know to be wrong. So that's when I say being critical of them, because when I'm asking somebody if they still support them, and most of them pretzel themselves into supporting them no matter what. And then you have people that are just absolutely no matter what somebody's going to do, they would never support them in a million years. And that's not true. So I
Sure.
said, when I say you said that there were only two options, those would be the only two options. I say you can have
No,
option in
I
the
think
middle, option C, being
no.
critical.
There could also be. You're right. And in fact, I think that it'd be fair to say that there was even more options than that, right? Like it's not just limited to that. I was just putting it up there to like saying like, oh, there might be a couple different options, but like those are the two that like really kind of stick out to me because if let's say you have somebody that's like doing a thing, even if you don't agree with them, maybe by being involved in like the policy and changes and the different things, like you can have your voice heard in such a way instead of just like I don't know, just like saying like, oh, I don't agree. You can say I don't agree, but not just pointing out a problem, but then offering like a real solution that is something that everybody can get behind. And if that's not the case, like, you know, like not every single choice is going to be something that everybody gets behind. And it's true, like not all laws are going to be, or not all laws, but like not all decisions are going to be popular in one area versus another area. And because like we have such a big country, but on top of that, the fact that like, oh, there's just, I think that we just need more unity, you know?
Oh, okay.
I don't know what, like, I guess like what makes you like not support Trump, if I can ask?
Violating articles and amendments of the United States Constitution, continually to talk about annexing a sovereign country known as Canada, talking about buying another country known as Greenland, talking about taking back the Panama Canal. And even if all of these were just jokes, I believe it's highly inappropriate that a president of any body of government of any country jokes about taking land from another sovereign nation of any kind, or even just a country like Greenland, which is technically still a territory of Denmark, but it's its own country that has its own constitution.
If they were open to being bought,
They're not,
would
though.
you support? That's not what I asked.
I mean, I was very clear. I don't care. Any world leader should never be making jokes about purchasing or annexing or taking back another country or even a part of another country, right?
But
Um,
if they asked to join us,
If
would that
they
be a
had
different story?
asked, that would be different. If they had asked up front prior to it being offered, then that would be a different story because then they would be saying, yes, take me under your umbrella. But that offer didn't come. Your whataboutism
Right. Okay.
false.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, what if it was like, like anything can be bought if you have like if somebody says yes to it, right? So like if somebody came to your house and like, hey, that's a great, I don't know what kind of
But did
car
that
you drive, but
happen?
like
But
there
did that happen? Or are you just going
I don't
on
know,
a
just somebody come to your
whataboutism
house
that
and
didn't
ask to buy
happen?
your no, I'm just saying, well,
Then
like
your
did something
whataboutism
really good, maybe we'll
fails.
buy it.
Your
No,
whataboutism
I don't think
fails
so. I
then.
think that you're
It's
just
because we already
interrupting
know
me.
exactly what actually happened. Is the fact that Greenland said no. They even held a vote where it was less than 12% of them said, sure, we'd be interested in joining the United States of America, right? Only less than 12% of them. They protested against Don Jr. even showing up and putting his feet on their soil when that happened. They
Yeah, but
protested.
Don Jr. is not on the
I
docket
don't
for
really care.
support.
He was the one that was supporting and making the jokes about buying Greenland, which is why he got
Right, but
booed,
he's not.
right? So they
Yeah,
protested
I
him.
just don't
So
think
that's
that
not the
that's
point. I don't think you're understanding that your
Trump Jr. is not the
whataboutism
person that we're
fails
talking
when
about.
we already know exactly what occurred, which is Greenland said no, they're not interested and they're not for sale.
Great, and have we bought them?
What part of I said I didn't think it was appropriate that any world leader makes these jokes is anything that I would support?
Wow. Okay, I'm just
Which
maybe
part
we're talking past
which
each other.
word did
Maybe
you
we're
not
just maybe we're
understand?
just talking.
I don't agree with any
Whoa,
president
let's
or any
calm down
prime
just a second.
minister,
Hold
any
on.
world leader of any country that would make jokes about purchasing, annexing, or taking back another country point blank, period. So which part do you
For
not
sure,
understand
yes,
of that
okay.
those sentences?
No, I'm fully aware that of your dislikes and how much you don't care. I got that. Yeah. Yeah, that you've made it very clear. I was just like I don't know, I feel a little bit attacked and I was just trying to have like an open discourse.
Well, when you ask me a question like, but did we buy it? When I've already made it clear that no, I know that, and I made it an acknowledgement that it was
Oh,
considered
okay. You
a
didn't say no, but
joke. He said, even if he was
right.
joking, right? And then I said, I would not consider it appropriate for any world leader, any country's leader to joke about buying, annexing, or taking back any part of any country in the world. Does that help? Or
I got
are
that.
we still missing a word here that you don't understand?
No, I think that you're being perfectly patronizing. But I
That's
can
called being
can we
condescending.
maybe shift? Yep, you're nailing it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you're doing great.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, can we shift to I was hoping to like maybe try to be convinced, like I mean I actually did not vote in the last election because I don't know, I felt like there wasn't a really good choice at all. I don't know if you felt that way at all. Did you?
Let's see. I actually read all of the policies. I read 16 pages, which wasn't even 16 pages of policy. It was more like 12 pages of policy of Donald Trump's Agenda 47. And I actually read all 93 in total pages of Kamala Harris's policies, 82 of which were an in depth policy that went over her plans just for the economy. So, what I
Great.
did is
Well,
I
no,
voted based off of policies, and unfortunately, the policies that Donald Trump were pushing out were in fact nothing that I could unequivocally get behind. And while I had disagreements with some of Kamala Harris's policies that she had, I still cast my vote for her because I couldn't get behind his policies, but I could get behind the majority of hers. But I'm also not here to relitigate the results of the election because guess who was inaugurated on January 20th of 2025? It was Donald Trump. Guess who has failed on all of his promises? It's Donald J. Trump. Guess who has continued to lie to the American people as of September 24th, 2025?
yeah,
It is
which
Donald J.
just as
Trump.
a quick question. Yeah, no, I hear you're saying, and I know you got a lot to say. I'm just curious, which of the promises has he not delivered on? And are there any promises that he has delivered on? Maybe let's start with what has he promised that he has delivered, and which ones has he promised and not delivered?
Oh, the only thing that he's really delivered on that he promised, specifically is all about hate. So he's delivered
Where did he
on
say that?
declaring,
Do you have a?
I'm gonna get into it and be extremely specific with it here. His delivering on
Okay,
hate,
yeah.
being very specific here on declaring that there's only two genders. It's something that he did promise on the campaign trail. It was also written within his Agenda 47. He also promised political retribution against his enemies on the campaign trail, and we're hearing that rhetoric come out more and more ever since September 11th, which I think is just an absolutely fucking disgrace on all of the American people that lost their lives 24 years ago on September 11th, 2001. So I just want to be
Yeah.
very clear on that one. He's
And
also continued
as you
to
said
be
that you wanted to
hateful
be very
and
specific,
continued to
where was it?
paint the immigration, the immigrants that come into
Where was
this
the?
country
No,
as
no, no, no. On the
demonizing them and
September
making
11th, where
them
did he say it? I
enemies.
just want to.
I said since September
Hold on.
11th, where instead of
Oh,
getting up
okay.
and actually honoring our fallen American individuals that did anything on September 11th, whether it was firefighters who went into the World Trade Centers after, or the World Trade Center after they were hit, the Twin Towers after they were hit, that lost their lives, the individuals that sacrificed themselves during that time in order to save other people, someone that actually foresaw the attack coming. He went up there and talked about Charlie Kirk, and he also then went up there to talk about enemies of the state. And then also we saw that again at Charlie Kirk's memorial, where after there was a very moving and beautiful speech given
Yeah.
by Erica Kirk, and she said that she doesn't feel hate for anybody, and Charlie Kirk didn't believe in hating anything. She gave a very moving speech about her husband, right? Donald Trump comes up after her, and he goes,
He tried to bring some
Charlie
light to the
Kirk
situation, and
didn't
maybe
believe in
didn't do it the
hate.
best.
Charlie Kirk doesn't believe in hating people, but that's the one thing that I disagreed with Charlie Kirk about. I hate my opponents. Right? He
Yeah,
said that on Monday. And not only that, but he also promised political retribution against any
Would you
media
say that
that
you hate
says
Donald
anything
Trump?
negatively about Donald Trump to ABC,
I'm
which
sorry.
he
I'm not sure if
continues
you
to
can hear
call
me.
fake news. Well, I'm giving you very
Can you
specific
hear it?
examples. He did that on Saturday.
Right. Yeah, but you're not
So that
giving
would
me
have
the
been
same
September
receipts that you
20th, or
require.
sorry, yeah, September 20th. He said that he said it on again on September 22nd. He's literally asked Pam Bondi specifically to go after his political opponents. He's literally fired people that are working for the Attorney General
May I
of the
talk?
United States of America because they refuse to take individuals up on
May I ask a question?
refuse to press charges against
May I ask a
individuals like such
question?
as Letitia James because they were found that she didn't actually violate any
May I ask a
laws.
question?
So, yeah, he's literally going after his political
Can I?
opponents.
Is it okay if I ask
You
a
literally
question?
have asked the same question multiple times. So, yes, you've already asked your question. How can I help you?
Thank you. You can help me by I just was trying to have a discussion. So, well,
Well,
let
you
me ask.
asked me for
Let me ask
specific
you.
examples of that one thing, and I'm sorry that I overwhelmed you with giving you specific examples of that one thing.
No, it wasn't. It was a lot of examples, but I would not necessarily call them specific.
I
I
even
would
gave
say
you
that
dates.
if you hold on, excuse me, it's I think it's rude to if I let you talk for a good long while if you
Is it letting me
also allow
talk
me to
when you're
talk.
interrupting me the entire time to be like, well, what about this? Can I ask you a question? 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 That doesn't sound like letting me talk to me.
I don't know. I think the chat might disagree.
Chat might disagree with what a conversation is. Gotcha. Well, that just means that they didn't pass kindergarten and they never learned how to go back and forth in a conversation. Similar to you at this point, actually.
Well, your examples, I was like asking so that I could look them up as you're telling me.
I
And so
gave
like
you
just saying,
dates,
oh,
in
there's this
fact.
and
I
this
don't know
and
where
this
you
and this and this.
didn't follow.
Right. No, but if you remembered the last caller when you're like, oh, give me the receipts on this, and then you said, oh, okay, let me get the oh, I don't accept those receipts. I just wanted to look at the different things, and then if you go off so fast, like yeah, I can only type so fast, and like I just don't feel like it's a I don't know. very genuine way to do it. But that's okay. We can try to be patient and work through it.
So I don't know if you